paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's all right, refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
Well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Brainstorm Brewery. I'm Corbin Hostler, joined as always by DJ and Liz. And before we get to the show, though, I need to start this podcast with a fairly solemn announcement. I've been receiving a lot of messages recently, and they say something along the lines of, "Hey, Corbin, I'm watching the Pro Tour. Do you know if any of these players are like hungover?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "All right, I'll cut to the chase. Are any of the matches rigged?" And I have to tell you, they're not. Stop messaging me. Well, for anyone who is wondering about that, you can just Google UFC White House fight and you'll get the details. But welcome into Brainstorm Brewery, everybody. We're going to talk about Marvel. We're going to talk about Magic
Cats.
today.
It's
And
cat Lair.
cats.
Happy Cat Lair Day.
Talk about the Cat Lair, DJ. What do people need to know? What happened? How'd it go?
I think a lot of Magic players got a pretty big case of the Mondays when they were unable to order their Secret Lair products through the Wizards of the Coast Scale Fast website or whatever you want to like. As usual, I did not have any issues. I managed to order every Secret Lair that I wanted, and did not have any problems. I've heard the usual rigmarole of, oh, my order sold out while I was in queue, or the site was glitchy and wouldn't take my payment or whatnot. It's the same old. This is a good Secret Lair if you are looking at things through the lens of like, will players want this now, and will players want this next year, and will players want this 2 years from now. I think it's a good lair. Some of the arts are not my cup of tea, but that's okay. And yeah, if you are somebody who likes Secret Lairs, I think you should buy this, or should have bought this.
So it sounds like sort of the usual.
Yeah, it's usual Secret Lair nonsense. I mean, obviously we are still in the grieving process of those fallen soldiers who could not order their goblin decks. And some number of those people presumably boycotted or had their strong feelings voiced with their wallets or whatever, and didn't engage with this one. But I don't think that's a very large number of people overall. Like, almost all of these still sold out. As I am recording this at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours after the drop hit, the only ones that are available are the Garfield, the Felix, and the Toby the Cat. I don't know who Toby the Cat is, but all the bundles are sold out. The Witch's Familiar, the Per Majesty, and the Cats of Chaos are sold out. Those are the more in-demand ones.
Financially, what do you think this one's going to do?
It's got cats on it, Corbin. What do you think?
Well, I think it'll go up. I guess the question is, let's take a look here. Like, what do we think that these are going to come out of the gates at, basically, on the secondary market is sort of the question. Let's see if we got anything on TCG Player. Okay, so looking back, the old one, I believe, right? Cats are better than dogs.
That is not the oldest cat Secret Lair, but it is.
Okay.
Last year? Was it last year or the year before?
I believe it was last year.
Okay. That one also did very well. And
yeah, that one is 175 cheapest right now, more like, and there's literally a handful of them on TCG Player at all for just like the non-foil version or whatever. So these were what if you were to buy one without a bundle? Are they $100, $50, $40? Where did we land on this one?
I think it really depends on supply, and that's the one factor that we don't really get insight into. A lot of people claim that they know supply. Sometimes I think there are legitimate supply sources of people knowing numbers that they shouldn't, that they voice into various Discord servers. I would imagine that the supply on some of the Garfield ones is much higher, just because there's like so many of them, or maybe the demand is just split between all of them, like because there's like 3 different Garfield ones, but like some of the Lairs we've seen recently that you would expect to be worth a lot already aren't, like the Fallout Beyond Vault 33, the Deadpool ones. I think those are 2 that have historically just had like much higher supply gluts and are harder to sell through, even in the years following their release. Like even the original Deadpool one from a couple years ago, like I think it's doubled in value, but the EV of the singles inside it is kind of poo-poo. So I would expect the ones that sold out very quickly to be worth a lot more very quickly, and the ones that are still available are going to take longer to bear fruit. That would be my general expectations. I think that follows the same trend as the PS5 ones, or whatever the Sony ones were. Like Ghost of Tsukushima, obviously everyone went crazy over. There's a couple PS5 ones that were very, very, very high in demand, and then you can still buy like the, what is it, like the Greek or Norse. One of those 2 is like not very good, but like there's a few of the God of War or Last of Us or something like that, like that just kind of sputter behind and do not rise as quickly.
All right. Well, we'll see where it goes from here. The Secret Lair shop, this is pretty much the biggest one in a while. Like this is the one they advertised at the MagicCon with the real life cats, right? So they've been hyping this one up with spend that not every release gets.
I mean, this was also part of the, I don't know how much this was like a Mirror and Pure versus New Phyrexia type thing, but when they had the dogs versus cats layers, they said the one that sold better would get its own full drop.
Did they say that? I believe
think-
you, but like...
I thought that was the bit, was it was like, you know, you're voting on which one you
With
want
your wallet.
more. Making
I
that
don't
up in my
remember
head.
that, but I mean, it's kind of true regardless of whether they stated it or not,
Yeah.
right? But it would be kind of interesting to if they did run that as a marketing promotion, right? Nice little harmless marketing promotion, hurts nobody.
Tied it all together.
The most annoying part is that they didn't tie it into the late 90s or early 2000s movie that was like Cats versus Dogs. It was the one where like cats were like secret agents and dogs were like superheroes or something.
And
What
they
am I-
all
what am I
talk or
talking about,
something.
Corbin?
I do know. I kind of know what you're talking about. There was sort of a glut of movies where they were like, "What if we voiced over animals?"
I remember
and you
G-Force.
end up with a
Okay, it
whole-
was just Cats versus Dogs, 2001.
Okay, there you go.
I
The one that came to mind, yeah, it was like babies and animals when they realized that they could have babies and put child actor voices in them. Like Look Who's Talking is the movie I'm thinking of. If you don't know that one, it's about babies are secretly geniuses. It's got John Travolta in it.
Are you all familiar
What
with
is-
G-Force?
No.
It's a 2009 American spy adventure comedy.
Oh,
I think it's a bunch of they voiced over a bunch of gerbils. It's like
gerbils, baby.
Bill Nighy, Will Arnett, Zach Galifianakis, Nicolas
Uh-huh.
Cage, Sam Rockwell, John Favreau, Penelope Cruz, Steve Buscemi, Tracy Morgan
Just a massive A list.
to voice a bunch of gerbils.
can we do a watch party of this?
Oh gosh.
No, it's so bad.
I showed my kid who's gotten into skateboarding recently. I showed him the movie Brink last night, the Disney Channel original
Banger.
movie Brink. If anyone remembers that, it was a banger. Also,
It's one of the best DComs, dude.
yeah, I think it was the first one, or the second one. Under Wraps might have been the first one, or actually Northern Lights might have been the first one. This is trivia I shouldn't know, but I do know it. Okay, the point is that movie's ridiculous. The kid goes, "Dad, they're gonna pay me $1,000 a month to skateboard," and this is like 1997 or whatever, or inline skate, right? He's gonna pay me $1,000 a month to skate, and I know you're out of work and you're gonna lose your job because it's America when your disability runs out. So how about I give the family $1,000 a month to help with bills? And his dad's like, "Skating money? No, not allowed."
My
And also,
son's
like-
gonna be a carpenter.
He sends him to work at the puppy cleaning, like the dog groomer. That's what he does for him instead. When he literally has $1,000 a month. So then Marianne comes down. She's like, "What? $200 a week that they're offering him or whatever, and like bonuses? Like, that's pretty good back then, right?" And I'm like, Marianne, this exec guy just got on screen and bragged about how he moved $10 million worth of merchandise in the last year, and it is all because of Team X-Blades. And there are 4 members on that team. He is paying less than $5,000 a month for advertising that is creating, in his words, the entirety of $10 million worth of revenue. This is exploitive.
Just true.
Soul skating. Very
We
silly
need
movie,
an
but
inline
good.
skaters union.
I just think about it in terms of Magic. That's all. Like, imagine you get sponsored to play Magic by your LGS. You go home, you tell your parents, I've been doing this a lot, but now I'm going to get paid to do it. They're like, nope, that's the line. That's only when you're wasting your time can you do it.
Honestly, maybe secretly very based parents. They're like, no,
Well,
you aren't allowed to
but-
monetize your hobbies. Son, you must dilly-dally to be a complete person.
Well, fair
A
enough.
man
If
should work, and a
that's the
man should
approach.
love, and a man should dilly-dally.
I don't think that was their reasoning. But yes, I do actually. There would be something to that. All right, let's talk about the pre-release. We're gonna jump ahead. We're gonna get more into details of the set later. But for those who didn't know, the Marvel Superheroes pre-release, it is this weekend. This coming weekend. Now, I actually was very deep in watching Pokemon over the last week. They had their big event. And now we get to...
Finally got around
Go
to
ahead.
watching BGC after years of me telling him to.
It's been... it's kind of like I would see it occasionally, but I really like sat down and watched like rounds of it, you know? And like was like, I'm by myself to learn the strategy, you know? Not just like casually watching it with people. And yeah,
Dude,
it was pretty lit.
their commentary teams are really good.
I thought so too.
I don't know if she was on this weekend because it was a European event, right? But Gabby Snyder is one of just like the all-time goats. It doesn't matter what's going on in the game. She's so good at narrative driving. That's her name? Been a while.
She was on. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she just is so good at narrative driving.
Yeah, I actually did kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I was taking some notes while watching the broadcast from like a professional thing. One of the things I've thought about in Magic, tell me what you all think about this. I don't think that we have enough background music in Magic broadcasts. Do you think that would completely kill it?
Yeah, we only have that one same like trumpet blare opener sound, and then between rounds we have like lo-fi hip hop shit.
What
whatever.
if we played lo-fi hip hop shit underneath the gameplay? That's what, like, I'm watching Pokemon VGC and they're living on the Pokemon music, right? Like it's almost too loud, right? But then I go watch a sports talk show on Fox Sports. They have music running under the entire show, even when they're just sitting in a room talking.
You forget.
Yeah.
VGC is like watching the Spurs and the Knicks play and like,
Okay.
you know, last second 2-pointer fucking turning the game around, whereas Magic the Gathering is like it's like golf.
Right. Well, that's certainly basically I think that some number of things in Magic broadcasts are the way they are because we decided we were golf 30 years ago. Like I said, a sports talk show is running music underneath the whole thing. ESPN is running music underneath SportsCenter the entire time. How much more watchable would a Star City stream be if there was just a very low undercurrent of music so that you don't just get the straight up dead silence for
Just give us the
15
Death
seconds
Note
at a time.
soundtrack, and I am sold.
Anyway, I don't know.
Listeners-
Maybe it would be terrible. Maybe I would watch it and hate it. But especially like when I'm doing commentary, sometimes it is correct to let things breathe because nothing's happening, or you want to let just sort of things develop or whatever. But at some point, the just not having people will go, oh, is my sound working? You know, like, so it's just, I don't know. I just kind of wonder what the vibe would be like.
Get in the comments, find a clip of Corbin doing commentary and put like a low volume version of like Numb by Linkin Park underneath it. Can we get that? If anybody who makes that will get a shout out on the podcast.
I just want every microsecond that nobody's talking to be filled with like Subway Surfer on the screen.
Have you ever wanted to know the price of a Magic card? What about the price of a lot of Magic cards? What about like a nice little network where it's all aggregated? Maybe you can do arbitrage and perhaps mtgband.com is what you're looking for. The sponsor of this podcast, mtgband.com. Your home for Magic buy list data aggregation, fantastic community of financiers, and powerful data tools that will make your collection buying more profitable. mtgband.com. Use code ESB50 for 50% off your first month at mtgband.
Well done. There you go, everybody. Go check out Ban, and that is where we go for these breaking bulks, or as Jason would correctly say, I imagine, breakings bulk.
Breaking bulk time.
All right, I'm going to start you all with an ungettable one if you don't beat me to it.
I have an Avacyn restored red rare.
The Miracle Wheel of Fortune.
Reforge the Soul, good guess, but no.
I don't think that's
had
ever been like a
modern
bulk
deck with that.
adjacent one.
I had a sick
It's been
modern
about
deck with
15
that.
years since it was bulk adjacent, but
Yeah, reprints or whatever, you know.
I keep thinking of like Shadows over Innistrad cards and being like, that's Avacyn restored, right?
Thatcher's
think the
Revolt
Pyre?
was Avacyn restored.
The 5 mana tap creatures to deal damage, 3x damage.
Burn at the Stake, also a very good guess. Not the one I'm thinking of.
Burn at the Stake was lit.
Yeah.
It
My
was
most
lit,
famous-
literally. It was
Yeah,
lit,
my
literally
most
lit.
famous modern deck for Mighty Modern that really kickstarted me was Mono Red Token Storm using Burn at the Stake to kill people after making a bunch of mana with the card that gives you mana for each creature you have in play. I don't remember what it was called. All these cards were from Avacyn Restored. I was
Battle
hoping this
Hymn,
would get me
Corbin.
there.
Battle Hymn's
Huh?
a nice one.
Yes, Battle Hymn. Yeah, I was hoping saying these cards would help me remember Avacyn Restored cards, but
Yeah. I drafted a
Malignus
lot
was
of
in that
Avacyn
set,
Restored.
but that was
Malignus
was
is a mythic. Also, so
Yeah.
for frame of reference, there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 possible picks for this based on the criteria I've given you. There are 4 cards that fit into the criteria.
There's like the Devil with Undying, Flayer of the Hatebound. That's Dark
that
Ascension.
is Dark Ascension.
Oh,
I think?
Hellrider. No, that's Dark Ascension as well.
So yeah.
Close.
AVR is such a weird set.
Burn at the Stake, very good guess. Card is $1. CK pays 80 cents on it. That's a bonus breaking bulk for y'all.
There you go.
I'm using
A
MTG
BBB.
Band to look at all these red rares from Avacyn Restored non-foil, by the way. Clean data set to look at.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit defeated here.
Corbin?
No, man, we're out. We had a couple good guesses, but
Have you ever reanimated a Tyrant of Discord in your Commander games?
sure haven't. What's that
God.
do?
It is a 7-mana 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent chooses a permanent he or she controls at random and sacrifices it. If a non-land permanent is sacrificed this way, repeat this process. This card is a nightmare to resolve logistically.
Oh, it's an elemental. It's spiked with Lorwyn. That makes sense.
Did it? Is that
Yes.
okay?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Well,
Yep.
I am picking it because it is $2.57 market price as of June 15th, 2026.
That's a
Honestly,
great
the
one.
best way to resolve this card is probably just take a picture of your board state and send it to ChatGPT and ask it to pick a card. Like
20 years at bulk, and now this is $3.
worth
That's a
couple
great.
trees, right? That's worth some carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
It's worth some burning some water.
Yeah. It's a 7-mana 7/7. If your opponent has a very large board state, this can whittle it down at the cost of 12 minutes of your evening. It's
This
a
card's
card
up
that
there
you're
with,
allowed
like-
to play.
This card's up there with like Time Sifter in terms of just like get the spreadsheet out, gang. Pen and
Yeah.
paper in it.
Yeah, no kidding.
TCG low of 69 cents, dab. Pick it out of bulk. It has probably 0 reprints. Let me click ban real quick. 0 reprints from this card.
There you go.
Tyrant
Good
of
one.
Discord.
Okay, I'm going to give you all one that has exactly one option.
Wait, hang on. This card,
Yeah.
even if you're not picking it out of bulk, it's really good to save an image file of this card and have it ready when your friend is on Discord and going apeshit.
True.
I didn't.
Like
Or
when
like
your friend
someone-
is, well, like when the mod of the Discord server is
Yep.
a little too banhammery, you just like put a screenshot of this out there, you're golden. Now I'm done.
Okay, good. I got you all with a. There's exactly one card that fills this, and you may or may not get it. And if Liz gets it, she'll get it instantly. It's a blue uncommon in Spider-Man.
Hidden identity or secret identity?
No, that's a rare.
No, card's not a rare, is it?
Or well, then it's not. Sorry, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about necessarily. Maybe I'm thinking a different card.
1 mana
So
instant,
it's not
give a
that.
creature hexproof.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah,
thinking
like
of
it's the only card that RK posted in the set.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one where they're pointing at each other, but no, it's neither of those. So continue. As it turns out, there are precious few breaking bulks in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fun fact, and I almost did this one, but I didn't. The Web Forest, you can get a dime for those from Card Kingdom. It's actually, by market price, the second most expensive non-rare in the set.
I'm just going to try and reverse engineer this because
You might get there that way, yeah.
Is it an uncommon?
Yep.
Is it it's not like a preordain effect because I would like actually know that card. It's not
Yeah.
like a flow state.
It might be out of an additional printing, like a supplementary product, I suppose. I'm
Is
not
it
sure
is an
if I didn't play
uncommon
this
is it an
set.
uncommon clone?
It is an uncommon clone.
Okay,
It's
well, that's my guess.
it's like a bald guy in the artwork, right? It's like a
Yes,
like
it is.
chair.
Chameleon Master of Disguise.
Yeah, I knew it was
Over
a bald
$1.
man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is. It's like it's a weird looking thing. Yeah. It's over $1, $2 foil. Card Kingdom paying you 80 something cents on it. So wherever you can get Chameleon Master
It goes in
of
all your
Disguise.
Gyruda commander decks.
No.
It has Mayhem. Sorry, I mean we didn't mention that part, but
Right.
it has Mayhem as well. So like it can also screw around in any of your draw discard deck type things.
Isn't he 5 mana? Oh, he's 4 mana.
He's
Oh my
4.
god, look at them. Look, go. Corbin just said that.
Yeah.
I'm a
3 mana.
Hi.
Well, 3 mana Mayhem. It's I honestly I wasn't even super aware of this card. I did everything I could to not interact with the Spider-Man set, so I hadn't seen this one. All right, Liz, what are you looking at?
have a Modern Horizons 2 red uncommon.
Strike it rich.
Yeah, it was low hanging fruit.
Nice. Well done.
I wasn't sure if that was a comment when I guessed it. That was not a confident guess from me.
Sure. The card it's like $4 TCG low for the retro frame version that you got out of MH3 packs. It's like
Holy moly.
$2.96 market for the regular base version from MH2
Holy double moly.
Wow.
with a buy list of $1.30 to CK. TCG Direct net of $2.86. It turns out this card's really secretly very good. A Lotus Petal that has Suspend 1 is pretty strong.
And the buy list has actually come up on this too, because I can tell this is one of those that I've been picking out of Modern Horizons forever or whatever, right? And I actually have a pile of these in my closet because the buy list was not where I wanted it compared to how good compared to where the price was and what I thought it was. And now the buy list is caught up. That's a great
Never
move.
sell anything. That's the number one thing you should take away from this show. Never sell.
It's not about
strike
timing
it,
the market. It's about time in the market.
Mm-hmm.
strike it rich with those diamond hands. Am I right, crypto bros?
I saw a lot of discourse over the weekend, and this was not necessarily about any one particular game, but some people saying that they would not sell things at 100% of market because they think it's going up, but that they're running a business, so that's okay. And it was just it's just some incredible discourse going on in the vending community right now about how to handle cards. And many of them seem to not have what I thought was pretty 101 level of advice of buy widget, sell widget, make money, buy new widget. So that we preach on here. Which is to say all these, the crypto bro strats, like that stuff is here in the TCG industry. It's odd. All right, so Marvel this Friday. I don't know how many people are excited about it versus, on about the universe's beyondness of it versus how many new people we expect to come in. I legitimately have no idea what to expect for the pre-release this weekend and over the next few weeks. What are the two of you seeing sort of that you expect from this first burst of Marvel?
It is pre-selling pretty well for me at my local game store. It is a set that I'm not personally that excited about. There's not that many strong cards in it. The card I'm most looking forward to out of Marvel is from, I think, the Jumpstart or whatever the supplementary product is.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like the layman is excited, and while he sent us a bunch of pretty cool marketing material, we're hoping to bring in some Marvel fans, some proper non-Magic players. I'm excited to see. I think this is going to be a pretty big test for Magic.
That is a good way to phrase it, I think, because I think anybody who is looking at Spider-Man through what would be the term? The opposite of disingenuous, through an ingenuous, through a
Genuine.
honest, genuine, sure, yeah, and a genuine, like, reflective look, not as a you be stinky face or just like, oh, this set has legitimate problems that, like, were evident from the get-go because of how design flow works and it had to be reworked, all these things. Like, I think this is the true test of, can Magic handle a larger scale set that doesn't feel like it fits within Magic's universe. TMNT seems like it did okay. I certainly would expect Marvel as a whole to have a bigger fan base than TMNT.
So my question is, we're going to pretend that we're not deeply enfranchised Magic players who care about Magic as an entity that's existed for a long time, but we're stakeholders. How would you have defined success for TMNT? Like, what is the number one thing you cared about when you released that product?
If you're Wizards,
Yeah, or you're
assume that it's recaptured. You hope that it brings in new/lapsed players, right? By appealing to the demographic of whatever people. Like, I have to imagine TMNT would have been viewed internally as more of a lapsed player set than a new player set.
I agree with Corbin.
I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
I worked a show, and obviously this is anecdotal, but I worked a show shortly after that set released, and a player comes into the convention center hall wearing a Rolex, says they're not a Magic player, points at the TMNT thing, says, I heard about this convention on the radio because I like TMNT, because it's a TMNT spotlight, and then, like, buys a bundle and leaves.
Yeah. I have a couple stories that have happened in literally the past week. And whenever I share this stuff on Twitter, people tell me I'm making it up, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going into our second location last week, our, like, smaller location in a more hip foot traffic part of town. I'm getting out of my car, packing my stuff to go inside. I hear people walk out of the store, and one of them goes, "Those Spider-Man cards were sick."
Yeah.
Okay? I swear to God, I'm not making it up. Okay?
For every person out there who likes Sleep Token, there's also someone who thinks Spider-Man cards are sick, right? Like, coworkers exist.
Yeah. So last night
Coworkers
I'm playing Commander with someone I've never played Commander with at this store. And they play their deck, and I look and they say, "Shadow's my commander." And I say, "Oh, that's cool. I like Shadow. I have a Shadow in, like, a different deck of mine. It's a really cool card." And they're like, "Yeah, Sonic is, like, my favorite thing. It's even on my keychain." And they got a Sonic keychain. And I'm like, "That's really cool. What's the deal?" Because they're younger. And they go, "Well, I'm 21, and my dad and I collect and mod retro video game consoles, and we loved Sonic." And first of all, I told him that he was hurting me in many ways by calling these things retro and so on. Like, it just physically causes me pain to, like,
Truly?
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, really and truly, the millennial generation was raised to, in turn, raise a generation of consumers. We were trained to birth and raise someone who is going to spend money and get KPIs up.
Yeah,
I know, it is true.
Emily and I forget what we were talking about last weekend at a food festival, but the topic of the Nintendo DS came up, And we were like, I was like, oh, that's almost a 20-year-old thing, right? Like the Nintendo DS is almost 20 years old.
30.
More.
And silly me, I was thinking of the Nintendo DS
Maybe.
Lite because the
Yeah.
Nintendo DS, God's own brick and mortar Cybertruck of a console, came out in like 2004, 2003.
Yeah. That console can buy a drink in America. And you know what? It's still a really nice console. There's still like 500 good games for it. It's we'll never have another Nintendo DS in our lifetimes.
So to put that in perspective, when people do this, because they do it with everything that comes out, right? But who is this for? This is for nobody. Like, as a 21-year-old who got into Magic to play a Shadow deck because he and his dad mod retro video game consoles, like, I don't know what to tell you except that the overlap is there. Like,
Yeah.
we don't know how many people it is, whatever. But Sonic was a secret lair, for Christ's sakes. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't even a set. Like, the overlap is there, and that person, shocker, wasn't playing all Sonic cards. They were just playing Magic. They had 4 decks. Only one of them was a Shadow deck.
Also, every single person who gets into Magic through Sonic, who then also likes TMNT and have to buy a TMNT thing, who then also likes Star Trek and have to buy a Star Trek thing, who then
Yeah.
also likes... And every single Universes Beyond set makes Magic stronger in the long run. Even
Yep.
Spider-Man, even the set that was bad.
Well,
Because
that's
every single
exactly-
person from Spider-Man who came and stayed in Magic is just going to spend money on the next one.
I
And
saw
people
somebody
can't-
on a Reddit thread, which is obviously the least common denominator of anything, but they were I don't remember the context, but it was something for us real Magic players. And
Yeah,
I was I did not engage. I closed it. I turned the phone off. I chucked it into the street and just like it's fine. I'm not a Corbin. I chose not to engage with that person.
Good for you.
I still have my sobriety chip for angering with people on Reddit, but like, yeah, I think being recreationally offended at this is more of a hobby within a hobby at this point. But like, here we are.
Well, and I think a lot of people don't understand. They look at the Strixhaven pre-release and see that it was the most popular in 7 years. And they go, well, why can't, that's awesome. Why can't we just do more of these sets? People like them more. And what they miss is that a third of the room at the Strixhaven pre-release only got into Magic because they went to one of those, they got in through a Universes Beyond product that the enfranchised players skipped. And sure, the enfranchised players skipped that set, whatever, it's not for them, blah, that all sucks. But in the long run, you end up with record-setting Secrets of Strixhaven pre-release. So like, when they say that Universes Beyond isn't, like, I would genuinely be disappointed if Universes Beyond became 100% of set releases all the time forever.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen. And I may eat my words and feel sad.
I think it's a testament to how cool Magic is and how bad Magic is at acquiring new players. Like, Magic, the brand, the IP. Because, like,
Yes.
Secrets of Strixhaven was pretty awesome. The thing was, so many of these people would never have engaged with if it wasn't for other thing they liked getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lorwyn Eclipse, no one likes Lorwyn that much. I mean, there's people who do. There are some freaks out there, and I love them and I respect them. Like, every Final Fantasy person who came in and saw Lorwyn and was like, kind of giving like weird enemies from a Final Fantasy game, I can vibe with this. Like, they don't really think that. Those people enjoyed Lorwyn. They enjoyed Strixhaven. Reality Fracture is going to be the same.
I don't think
Every
I ever
person who got in-
considered, like, you hit the nail on the head there with, like, Magic has historically, for 25 of its 30 years, been just really, really bad at getting new people to play Magic.
Yeah. How do you get
Like,
somebody
they've-
to think Urza's cool? Well, you don't.
like-
You get them to think Terra is cool, and then get them to have the Urza Terra Brandford card or whatever.
Yeah. And I mean, look, obviously we're approaching this from, as you said earlier, stakeholder status, right? Where we, more so than the average player, care and are rewarded if the game grows, right? So like, obviously we approach things from an angle of game growth is good. Other people will look at it and say game growth is not good. It was better when the only people who were here were the people who really liked it for what it was, blah, 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 blah. And that's all. We're not discounting you for having that perspective. But we are trying to explain like why things are actually unfolding the way they are.
I am discounting them for having that perspective. I think
Okay,
a lot
fair
of it
enough.
is nerds wanting their club to be exclusive and thinking that, you know, shame on me for making the coworker comment because, like, honestly, that's the exact same thing, right? Where it's like, oh, only NPCs like this stuff, and it's like that's not actually true. I don't know. Magic's awesome,
Well,
and like it's so cool that I play Legacy weekly with someone who got in a Universes Beyond set exclusively, and now they play with dual land. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, Magic's better when more people enjoy it.
Yeah, and also I think what some people are feeling is, and this is kind of I've been talking around this, I suppose, for several months about how it feels really weird to be catered to in everything in mainstream media because we are at sort of peak consumer power now, but also like nerdum, whatever you want to call it, it just factually is not niche. It is mainstream, and that has nothing to do with Magic. Like all the things that Magic was adjacent to, but were niche, are now mainstream. And that obviously just moves the Overton window of people who are engaging with the product.
So I tend to agree with most of that. But bringing it back to the set itself and the power level, as I watched previews just trickle in through osmosis as you scroll your social media or you check your Discord servers, whatever, I did feel like a lot of these cards would have had extra words or numbers on them had they been in the set in the past year and a half or so. Like, oh, this would have said draw a card on it if it was in the Final Fantasy set, or this would have had like +2/+2 if it was in Edge of Eternities or something like that. And it does feel like we're on the like waning side of the power level ebb and flow that happens because we again, all of us have been playing this game for 20 years. Like, we've seen the ebb and flow of the power level where it's like, okay, Shadows over Innistrad's a little rough except for a couple cards, then Kaladesh was crazy powerful. Like, we've been there through all of this, and it does feel like Marvel Superheroes is on the weaker side of that compared to, like, Ouroboros or Quantum Riddler or Badger Mole Cub or what have you.
Let's say you're a product architect. You're really incentivized to have your UB sets be something that are exciting and enticing to a player who doesn't want as crunchy of cards, and then make your really strong busted cards be the Magic things so that they engage with buying Quantum Riddler, or they engage with buying whatever the broken card is in Reality Fracture, because now all of a sudden they care more about Magic.
Yeah,
right?
what's
There's
interesting
this
is
bait and switch almost.
it goes to and I don't know if we've talked about Molecule Man on this podcast and the debate that it caused. Are you all familiar with the 6 mana 5/5?
I'm aware of Molecule Man.
Yes, cards in your hand have Miracle Zero or cards whatever Miracle Zero. So you get if your first card you draw every turn is a non-land, you can play it for free. And there's some amount of the internet that thinks this is. They think that it's not just power creep. They think that it's power creep because it's Universes Beyond. That's the level of conspiracy that went viral this week, is that Molecule Man is going to break Commander, and it's going to break Commander because they had to push
This
more.
card is a bootlegger stash.
This card's not good.
Bad. I showed somebody Lurking Predators, which is a 6 mana enchantment from 20 years ago that gets you the top card of your library into play whenever an opponent casts a single spell.
Yeah,
and
that
I was
card
just
is
like,
Ristic Study like times 2.
Yes. Imagine if you swapped these two cards. If Molecule Man was printed 20 years ago and this was printed and this card was printed today with Marvel theming, you'd be losing your minds. But instead you're losing your mind about a worse card because you've never even seen the older card and you're just trying to get like I said, it talks about how the Universes Beyond discourse really starts poisoning everything because come on.
Lurking Predators, by the way, $20 card in desperate need of a reprint. Like, that card's last reprint was Jumpstart during COVID. Like, card's real good. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been in my Mayel deck for 20 years or whatever, and it's just literally the best. All right, before we get out of here this week, as always, we want to leave you with some picks of the week.
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. Time for the pick of the week.
Remember, you can look these up on MTG Band. We talk about them pretty regularly in our Discord as well, which you can get access to by going to patreon.com/BSB. All right, what are y'all looking at this week?
I think that Modern Horizons 3 cards are getting a little too cheap for my taste.
Okay.
Psychic Frog is like $5.
Yeah, it is.
That card being a $5 is crazy. MH3 obviously still pretty plentiful. There's still a lot of product for it, but it is an expensive product. And Psychic Frog is not getting any weaker. It's and legacy, sure, but it's also a modern staple in the kind of decks that people like to play. Although it's not necessarily the best it's ever been, but I don't know, $5 for one of the best tempo / control / mid range threats ever. That feels good to me, especially because it's an all time low on the board.
Sure.
Yeah, I love Psychic Frog. It's very good, and we're coming up on modern season, Pro Tour, etc. Or we're in it, and there's reasons to like modern cards sort of moving forward. I'm actually going to go to the set I talked about earlier, Spider-Man, because there's not a ton here. There's one card that's gone from just under $4 to $6 in the past 10 days or so, past week, really. And that made me want to follow up on it. So Norman Osborn is a mythic from Spider-Man. It is currently available for, as I said, $5 to $6, which is a pretty steep increase from where it was 3 weeks ago. It was half that. So I think that this could go to 10. I'm not honestly sure exactly where this thing pops up the most, but I think that there's going to be some upward pressure on Spider-Man cards just as more Marvel cards and villain decks or whatever come into play anyway. So yeah, I like Norman Osborn around $5.
Sure. Seems fine.
Yeah.
I have 5 whole picks of the week. I have 5, and yes, it is a cycle of cards. I don't know if we have a nickname for these, but these Secrets of Strixhaven Commander dual lands that are basic land types that come in if your opponents control 8 or more lands. Do we have a nickname for those?
I don't think so.
Faux lands.
Somebody get on that. Turbulent Wildlands, Turbulent Springs, the Turbo lands, they're all turbulent.
Well, I guess it's probably the Turbulent cycle then, right?
That doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely.
I guess, but
they're all in like the $3 to $5 range, and I don't think that will stay true if they duck and dodge reprints, which is maybe a tall ask, but also I think you would rather buy a set of them for like $3 to $4 a piece and then watch them go to $1 than you would buy a set of them at $3 to $4 a piece and watch them go to 10.
Yeah.
So I would hedge your bets if you need these, if you've been waiting on them. I think this is their bottom. Some of the buy list numbers in these are very high. I'm looking at the ban page right now. I just went for like rare lands in Secrets of Strixhaven Commander. The extended art one, Star City, is paying like around $6 across the board on them, which is roughly around TCG low. The non-extended art ones, Card King, was paying around $3 to $4, which is basically TCG low. They all are easily identified by their crop circle-y swirliness in the artworks. I think that they're I personally don't think they're that great in 2-color commander decks. I think they're kind of okay. There's a lot of fetchable lands nowadays. But in 3-color commander decks, you probably still want them. I don't know. I think they're fine, but I definitely think that they are going to be worth more than the $3 to $5 they're at now.
Sure.
All right. Well, there you go, everyone. That is some picks of the week to get you out of here on. It is time for Marvel Superheroes pre-release. Like it, love it, hate it. Either way, that's where we're at for a little bit. And hey, the good news is if you don't like it, The Hobbit is right around the corner because that's how things work these days. So enjoy the pre-release, everybody. This is Brainstorm Brewery. We'll see you next week.